Imagine going home from the hospital after having your baby and not feeding them. Well, that's kind of what happened with this one family, but I'm going to talk to you about what happened to them so that it doesn't happen to you. Stay tuned so that you can learn how to maximize your time in the hospital during your postpartum recovery. So let me tell you the story that still blows my mind to this day. True story, a family stayed in the hospital as usual after giving birth for a few nights. Every night they were there, they sent their baby to the nursery, right? Because they were trying to get some rest and maximize on getting rest before they had to go home. Totally understandable. So when they got home, what did they do? They continued to sleep very well through the night. And if their baby fussed, they didn't think anything of it. Normal baby stuff, right? Now, if you've been here on our channel for any amount of time, you know that you have to feed your baby around the clock every 2 to 3 hours with breast milk or every 3 to 4 hours with formula. But because this family didn't know that, they were sending their baby to the nursery every night. They weren't feeding their baby. This is why, though you are very tired during the postpartum period, using this moment to train and learn everything that you can about how to care for yourself and your baby is going to be the key to your postpartum success and recovery. So today I am breaking down what exactly you need to do to make those couple of days count so that you walk out of the hospital feeling prepared and confident. Let's dive in. Hey girl, hey, it's your birth bestie, Nurse Rini, and I'm here to break down what I've learned over the last 17 years as an obstetric nurse so that you can leave the hospital feeling confident, not overwhelmed, with clarity and not confused. We'll cover rest, baby care, and what you should absolutely ask your nurse before you leave the hospital. So I'm not going to hold you. The postpartum period is extremely busy and it goes by really fast. You're going to have nurses coming in and out, doctors coming in and out, and you may even have visitors. It's a lot. It really is. And at times it can probably feel overwhelming. But if you're intentional, you can turn this time, this brief time in postpartum, into a mini boot camp for newborn baby care and parenthood. Here's how to use it to your advantage. Number 1, you're going to rest like you're being paid to do it. I know you all have heard the old saying, sleep when your baby sleeps. This is definitely a must. And one of the things that I highly recommend is doing a sleep protocol. And you may be asking, what is that? And you may not even know that this is something that you could do. But tell your nurse that you want to get some good, solid sleep. They can put a note on your door to check in at the nurse's station for any visitors, including your medical team, to maximize the amount of sleep that you get before entering your room. Highly recommend. And you also want to limit visitors. Now, you may not know how to do this, but this is what I'm going to tell you. If you can limit visitors and have them come to the house, that can also be to your advantage. If they are visiting you at home, let them bring you something to eat. Let them hold the baby while you go and shower. All of the things like that. Use them to your advantage. Now, I know a lot of hospitals have moved away from having true nurseries where babies are able to be kept and sleep, but I have definitely had my little babies in their crib at the nurse's station with me while I'm charting to give mom and dad a break. So definitely see if this is something that your medical team, your nursing team is willing to do. Number 2, hands-on baby care training. You want to ask your nurse to show you how to change the diaper, how to swaddle, and how to give a newborn bath. Now, let's start with diaper changing. It seems very easy, and it is really, but there's a trick to making sure the diaper is secured well so that the urine doesn't leak outside of the diaper, or so that the baby doesn't have a major blowout and have poo all over their clothes right after you change their diaper. So definitely ask your nurse to demonstrate a diaper change for you, and then you start to take on that task and practice doing that while in the hospital. I'm not going to hold you. Most people don't swaddle anymore, but they still do it in the hospital. I think a swaddle just hits differently than a sleep sack. However, I do know that swaddling is a little bit of a skill that comes with practice, but your nurse can show you how to swaddle as well. Your baby being bundled up and folded like a little pretzel as if they were in the womb still will definitely help settle them down once you are at home. And it's not uncommon for nurses to take the babies to the nursery and bathe the baby in the nursery, and then parents aren't able to watch. However, it's definitely okay to ask the nurse to bathe the baby at the bedside so that you can also watch how it's done. And then maybe when you go home, you're feeling more comfortable giving the baby their first bath from you. Or even in the hospital, if the nurse is giving the bath, you can still help while also watching and learning. The thing is, you want to practice with the experts. So while you are there, maximize your medical team to make the most of the information that you're getting. You don't have to know any of this yet. However, postpartum is literally your classroom. Number 3, you want to master feeding early. Now, when I say master, that is a huge achievement, but you definitely want to get used to getting the proper latch and whatever that looks like for you and your baby, or making sure that your baby is taking the bottle very well. Believe me, there are babies who have problems sucking from a bottle as well, so it's not so black and white all the time. You want to establish the rhythm of feeding, which is going to, again, be every 2 to 3 hours breast milk feeding around the clock, even throughout the night. I've had parents literally ask me, how am I supposed to know when it's time to feed the baby? And I'm like, you set an alarm, just like as if you were going to work. This is your new job, right? But also, if you are formula feeding, then you can feed every 3 to 4 hours, again, still around the clock. So definitely find that rhythm and dive right on in. Definitely make sure that you see a lactation consultant while you're in the hospital, because they are there on site with you. It can be really hands-on. They are going to be clutch in helping you establish a healthy latch where your baby is getting good milk transfer from breast to baby. They are a huge unmatched resource, so definitely make sure you check in with them before leaving the hospital. And in fact, check in with them early on if at all possible. I would just ask about that when you get to postpartum immediately. Pro tip, if lactation stops by your room, like say right after you feed the baby, so the baby's like sleeping or something like that, it's okay. Set a time with them to circle back with you when your baby is feeding next. That way they can watch you latch, watch how you position the baby, watch how you give the baby the breast, and that way they can, constructively critique you and make sure that the latch is good. So now I'm going to drop these little extra nurse gems on you. So keep this in mind when you go to the hospital. I highly recommend keeping a notepad and a pen or pencil at the bedside, or you could use your phone for notes, but I think just writing everything down as it pops in your head so that you don't forget to ask your medical team when they come in is going to be a great way to make sure that you are asking all of the questions that come across your mind and not forgetting them. The reason I like a notepad and a pencil is because it's visible, whereas your phone, it's almost like second nature that we just are always on it or we keep it by us, but it's closed so you don't actually see your notes. You have to be intentional about going in there. But the notepad is there and you may scan the room and your eyes fall on the notepad and you're like, oh yeah, I had these questions. The other nurse-approved tip that I recommend is making sure that your partner and or support persons or any visitors that may be in the room are also learning with you. That way they can help with recall should you not remember something, and obviously they can go ahead and hop on it and help and take charge if they need to. And the last gem is to make sure that you are asking about a safe sleep setup before leaving the hospital. Lovelies, I can't stress enough how important safe sleep is. I know at my hospital they have you sign basically like a safety contract, a safe sleep contract, saying that you know what safe sleep is and you know how to do it and that you will do it. That's how important it is. So make sure you talk to your medical team about safe sleep, that setup, and how to be successful once you transition home. Okay, team, so your postpartum stay is definitely more than just recovery. It is truly rehearsal. Oh yes, use it to rest, but you want to also make sure you are using it to learn. Use it to learn, use it to practice, and you'll walk out of the hospital guaranteed feeling like, I got this, I've got this. You will rock it at home. So if you want more insider tips, check out my online classes and they will be linked in the description below. And make sure you're subscribing to my channel so that you're ready for every single stage of birth and postpartum. See you next time. Bye.
Now where do we go from here? Tell me